privilege and pleasure to meet these
And then
people.
Blessing, and then we come to Majestic Radio now. The work that's been doing Majestic Radio for within the last
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
You know, really 4 years was longer than that.
Well, 2011, yeah, coming up to 3.
Yeah, within, alright, say 2.5 years, 3 years, right? Second of 3 years, yeah? And within that time, you and Kung Fu have built like a kind of foundation of information. And I know it's free of you, but I know you two more than I know the third party.
And the third party is Ras Kastafari.
Ras Kastafari, my apology, respect every time. Yeah, so you actually build a foundation, but the station is much different output from most of the other stations. Can you actually explain that to me?
Well, we've been around a few stations in my little short time. Kung Fu's been around a lot longer than me, so he's been around seeing how other stations run, or sometimes how it didn't. The behavior of DJs, presenters, what the stations had to offer, and like I said, we've been through it, so that was our initiation, I think, to see to ourselves, well, can we do better, or can we do just as well as these other stations? And we decided after a little break that we would sit back, think about what we would have to offer.
Yeah.
And Majestic was born, and we thought, well, not a lot of places actually have an identity. Not a lot of the stations have an identity. So if somebody saw a symbol, they'd say, oh, that's so and so.
Yeah.
But if you come to Majestic Radio, if you look around you now, our symbol is here, His Majesty.
Right.
Yeah. So
every time,
that is our symbol.
Yes. Greetings, Father Lenny.
Greetings in the name of the Father, blessing.
Yeah, man, greetings, neighbors, most high. Things Selassie, yeah. Rastafari, yeah, man, bless up.
Mr. Kung Fu.
No, just Kung Fu, please.
Alright, so let's go to Mr.
Yeah, let's go to Mr.
Now we go from Kung Fu. Yes, Kung Fu, we've been good friends for years and years.
Long time.
Music is something that brings us together.
More often than most.
But firstly, I must say that right now you're in tune into
MajesticRadio.co.uk
in conjunction with
Star
Vibes,
Vibes,
ENT.com.
Alright.
Right? Now, definitely I feel Majestic Radio deserve to be actually go out to the world. Coming from somebody like yourself, because you've been around in the music business for so long, and you have the experience of people behavior, people entertaining, and culture, and everything else. And you know, it's nice to see that after all the stations that you've been to, you decide that it's time for you to actually do the things that missing in a lot of the community radio stations. Some people call it pirate radio station, and you make this be not only a pirate station. Away from that, it's a legal station.
Right.
You actually, three of you actually built and now serving the people. But firstly, yourself, you're a man from Jamaica.
A matter of fact, you talk about coming to this country. I came to this country in 1967 just as Lady Legs.
Right.
67. We also have the same birthday. Well, 2 days apart.
What a coincidence, the father Goody.
2 days apart, right? So I came from Jamaica in 1967, and in the era, first half was Allsden, that's Westella Road. I was there for a while, and then from there, so I leave and went down to Ealing Road, that's Wembley. And from there, where all the families branch out. One that's one got this and one got this, but that's where it all started from, right? And the music thing, I'm sure you're gonna ask me about that. The music thing for me, really, and also for Lady Legs, our parents are church people, where Lady Legs' dad and mother runs a church in Manchester, and also my parents runs a church in Manchester, Jamaica.
Right. So it's what a coincidence.
Manchester, Jamaica. Yeah. Right. So it's maybe because nothing not really a coincidence, you know, because everything that we do, you know, is laid down
by the Father.
By the Most High, man. You know what I mean? It's just a matter of we have to reach a point where we link up
Yeah,
right?
spread
But,
link,
yeah, man. But you know, it's something that was to be from day one. You know.
Right, we're gonna come into the music, but I think we come from we go back you in the beginning, right? When you arrive in the country, right? You arrive as to join your family, or you did?
Yes, I arrived here. My mother and father was already here, and a couple of my other brothers and sister. Brother and sister was already born here.
But before you even go, so let them know whereabout from Jamaica you're from, because a lot of people frightened to say St. Thomas, you know.
No, man, what I mean, man,
Countrywide.
because when I'm thinking back to myself, you know, I can remember you as a youth in my area, in a St. Thomas, in a Middleton Road there,
true.
you know, and it's like that the eye just disappear, and I never see the eye again until here, you know, see. But I was born I was born in a place called Sunny Hill,
yes,
and that's in Bath. Right in the eastern.
The grey bus there.
Yeah, man. You mean, man. I was born there, but I wasn't really brought up in St. Thomas, because born in St. Thomas, then my parents immigrated.
Right.
And then I had to go and stay with my grandmother for a while in St. Thomas, but I had to go and stay in Manchester, right, with my uncle, because them said me too bad, so my grandmother couldn't.
Which part?
Couldn't
not to be a Belfield.
No, this was not Patrick.
Oh,
not Patrick at the back of our mandable there.
Right.
I had to stay there for a while, and then from there I immigrated to this country in 1967 August, the 11th of August actually. I can remember all that. The 11th of August I landed in this country. Because when Star Vibe called me and said to boy, I go check up on my thing, you see.
Yeah.
I check the passport, and I realized that the passport was stamped the 11th of August 1967. Right. I'm not even too sure if I wasn't on the same plane.
August 67 as well. So
right, you see. So at that time, a lot of kids was coming over to their parents that's already immigrated here.
That's right.
You know, and
so that's this time of the free launch.
Yeah, man. So everyone was just coming over for a better life, as they say. But when you're here for a while, you realize it's not really a better life as they would make it out to be. It's just that you have more. You can work. You can earn a crest more easier, because if you really check it out, a better life is in the Caribbean. You have a better life in the Caribbean, but say, because if you were working with the same money that you're getting here in the Caribbean, what do you mean, man?
Yeah, you'll be happy to see climate and everything else, and unity and everything.
And I feel with that. I feel with that. You know what I mean? We're not really and truly, we're not supposed to in the cold weather.
Right.
Alright. Yes, and that's how it goes.
So after so you actually went to school here?
Yes, I went to Alperton School. Alperton School. That's Wembley.
What was the subject?
A matter of fact, I never really did learn anything at Pt2 school actually. I didn't learn anything at school, because when I came to this country, the schooling that I walk into was a schooling in which I couldn't understand, because what they were teaching me is something that I already learned in first and second grade back in Jamaica. So what they were teaching me, I was saying to myself, but I've been through all that already. You know what I mean?
Like so, they give you a refreshment.
But not even a refreshment, because as you know, it's not something that I never really understand what was going on at school, because there was so many things because I at the time I had a few friends in which they are black and white, because you know it's not them times we are more, you know, we more linked with, because I mean, as you know, the black people were just about coming here. The ones that was here a long time ago was in places like Manchester, Birmingham and things, but London,
Bristol and Nottingham.
There was pockets in London like Arsden, Brixton, Wembley, bits of Wembley and thing, but now it's a different thing, you know. But at that time, you know, I didn't learn anything at school. My learning, when I leave school, my learning really and truly was like in my workplace, because at that time in this country, if you're a youth who go into a certain environment and work, they send you to school to learn.
What was that you were doing there?
I was living. You mean what year I was living?
No. What work was you doing at that time?
Okay, at that time I was working on the North Circle with a place called Pt2, where they build potato peelers. Yeah, mashed potato, chips potato and thing. But as a youngster just come out of school, there was a scheme in which all of you at a certain age, you have to go to school and learn. Right? So yeah, we had to go to evening classes. So we went to evening classes. And I was like, if the factory had 600 people, it was about 3 youngsters in the old place. So we had to go to school to learn how the machine is being built, because there is electrical part as well as other moving parts within the machine. So you had to go and learn electrics in college, and that's what we did. And pass out, get my papers and thing and start. And also we had to learn to read the drawings for the machine. So as a youngster, we are the only 3 of us that was there as youngsters. We're the only one who could read the drawings away from the people inside. You know, so what we used to do, we used to get the drawings, build the machines up, and put them on the what they call it, conveyor belt, and it goes to the other guys, and they copy and they copy the machine and put it that way. But we as the youths used to have to build the machines from scratch.
And then when you move on from that, you move forward, and how long after that then did you actually, because I know you was doing martial arts and is it Taekwondo,
yeah. Well, I left when I left that school. During the time of working, I was still I was playing cricket, and I was one of Middlesex youths at that time. I was recruited in the team for Middlesex as a youth. So I did 3 years there, and from there, during that time I was still working, right? So I worked from crypto, because I'm gonna give you a story about crypto. When I was there, and after I got my papers, because as a youth in them time, they don't pay you the same money so I asked for a rise, and the man tell me, said, boy, we can only give 6 pence. 6 pence not gonna make it. 6 pence ain't gonna make it up to the minimum of what everybody getting. So I said, no man, we are gonna leave this in, right? And as a youth, as you know, we come from, especially come from St. Thomas, you know, so we're militant to the bones. And I said, no, we can't work at this. No, we can't work at this. I'm gonna have to step this. Now, because my mother and father have a friend called Aubrey, and he's the one who get me the job, there was a lot of grief in the yard. So I said, well, we can't get you a job, and all of a sudden you get your job, you left it, and I said, but I couldn't work in the job because I need to get the same money as the rest of people, and I wasn't gonna get that, and there was no way I was gonna get that. I would have to stay in the factory for the next until my dead, and it wasn't. I had different things that I really wanted to do.
So you skipped that?
I skipped that, man, because that wasn't my thing. Because coming from a family where is musically, my old lady sing, and a regular, even when she had beat she had sing.
Okay.
So the whole family, you know, it is that way inclined, you see. So I couldn't deal with that no more. So I leave from there, and I went to a firm called I forget the name of the firm, but I went to a firm in which I was doing central heating. I was central heating fitting, and I was the mate for a friend of mine's, right? And the firm went bankrupt, and I leave from there and went on the underground, and see on the underground for 25 years, and done it, and you know. But when it comes to the music, you know, I make you ask me questions.